Mukti and Mahasamadhi. In the Indian way of life, reaching God or heaven is not the highest goal of life. We always spoke about Mukti or ultimate liberation or freedom from the cycle of birth and death is the highest goal of life. But in English, when you say the word freedom or liberation, people visualize becoming a bird and flying in the sky. If you are a bird watcher or if you have seen birds flying, you will know that even the most magnificent birds like the hawk or eagle are constantly looking down at the ground while flying. They are looking for something to feed on down below. They may not even be enjoying the flight. For them, it is a survival process, just like you going to the office. So, Mukti, when translated, could create wrong images in one's mind. The words moksha and nirvana are also referring to Mukti. Nirvana is more appropriate word because nirvana means non-existence. What it means is that you are free from the very burden of existence. When I say you are free from existence, I am not talking about existence as a quantity and you are free from that. You are free from your own existence. Your existence is finished. When there is no existence, you are even free from freedom because freedom is also a certain bondage. As long as you exist, one way or the other, you are bound. If you are existing physically, it is one kind of bondage. If you leave the physical body and you exist in some other way, there is still another kind of bondage. Everything that exists is ruled by some law. Now, Mukti means you have broken all laws and they can be broken only when you cease to exist. That is the ultimate freedom. Ultimately, every seeker wants to go beyond existence. They do not want to be in the process of existence, which may mean birth and death or hanging around or whatever. Whether you are actually physically born or not, as long as you exist, you are going through some process or the other. Existence is always a process. Existence is not a thing. The sun is a process. The whole solar system is a process. The galaxy is a process. All the galaxies put together is a process. If you want to be free from all processes, it means that you must cease to exist. There is no other way. Existence, as you know it, must cease. Only then there is no process. What is the use of this? When one really looks at one's life and sees, what is the use? That is exactly the thought which makes one seek Mukti. Right now, such a depth of what is the point is still not occurring to people because people are still children. They might have grown up bodies, but in terms of understanding, they are still children. They want to see this, they want to see that. Let us say the memory of 100 lifetimes opens up to you. You will see that you are going through the same nonsense over and over again. Then you will definitely ask the question, what is the point? Once again, getting into the womb of another woman, another childbirth, another nonsense, what is the use? If you ask this question in the deepest possible way, your longing for Mukti will become absolute. Mukti means you want to become free from the process of life and death, not because you are suffering. People who are suffering cannot attain Mukti. You are fine, you are joyful, but you have had enough of kindergarten. You want to move on. However beautiful your school life was, don't you want to go to college? That is all. Death means the end of the physical body. Everything else continues and finds another body soon. Whereas with Mukti, everything comes to an end. And in a way, Mukti is the end of death and birth as well. Mukti is also called as Mahasamadhi. Mahasamadhi means one is able to walk out of one's body consciously without damaging it. Generally, if you want to leave the body, do what you want. You cannot come out of it unless you damage the body in some way, unless you make the body unsuitable to cradle the life that is within. Life will not live. When things go bad, people say, I want to die, but they don't because they cannot. Mahasamadhi means without using any other external means, you leave the body at will. For someone to be able to do this, it needs tremendous energy. Such a person knows where the body is connected to life and they untie it and leave. Mahasamadhi is when you are also transcending discrimination so that there is no such thing as you and the other. It is completely finished. Now, as you sit here, there is you and the other. It is a certain level of reality. But Mahasamadhi means that individual existence is finished and who you are does not exist anymore. Mahasamadhi is essentially that dimension of equanimity which gathers such a level of intensity that one can effortlessly dismantle the very nature of physical existence. One can dismantle not just the physical body or the Annamaya Kosha, but also the Manamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, and the Vijnanamaya Kosha. When the life within and life without become one, naturally this dismantling happens. Once these four koshas are dismantled, that life is truly no more, because the fifth body, the Anandamaya Kosha or the bliss body, is essentially consciousness or the fundamental life element. There is nothing to dissolve there. It will just mingle with life as it always did. This is the end of the game. The cycle is over. There is no question of rebirth. It is complete dissolution. You can say this person is truly no more. It is the fortune of seekers at Isha that they have been in the presence of Mahasamadhi. Its fragrance and essence permeates Isha Yoga Center. In reality, death is not the end because there is no such thing as death. Death exists only to one who has no awareness of life. There is only life, life and life alone. But Mahasamadhi means the real end. This is the goal of every spiritual seeker. Even an accomplished yogi will struggle with it because it is not simple, or rather, it is so simple that one who has a mind can rarely figure it out. What is referred to as Jiva Samadhi is a samadhi where a person decides to close oneself in an enclosure and end one's life. One reason for doing this is that he or she does not want to trouble people after their death. They want to handle the body themselves before they go. That is how this thing started. Another reason is that there are realized beings who are free in a certain way within themselves, but lack the know-how to live at will. Even if you are liberated within yourself, even if you have attained to a certain state within yourself, to leave the physical body, you need the skill. you need to know the science of how this body got connected and what you need to do to disentangle from it. This understanding has to be there, otherwise, it will not come. Such a person who is liberated but cannot disentangle from the body by themselves will seal themselves in an enclosure so that slowly, as the breath goes away, they will leave. But there should be no struggle in the body. If there is even a little bit of struggle, it just amounts to suicide. People who are on the yogic path will not do such a thing. They will sit in the open and live because they know the science of how to eject from the body, how to leave the body, just as you drop your clothes and walk away. You can drop your body and walk away. It is possible. This is Mahasamadhi. There is always something called Diksha Mrityu, where the Guru initiates one into death. It is not a death-like experience, but death itself. It is very good to do this if you have everybody's permission and are in a mature society. This is usually done when the Guru sees someone who is capable of attaining Mahasamadhi, who has the potential but does not know how exactly to do it. So you initiate them in such a way that they can leave. It is perfectly fine. For that life, it is fantastic actually. But in today's society, it is a disaster for one who gives this initiation because of all the social repercussions that will arise.